Have you ever drew a character but the hands were really difficult to draw and it still looked wonky and just like AI? Because I did. Therefore I studied drawing hands for an entire week, and let me share 5 of the most important things that I learned with you so we can draw them better, easier and faster. So first problem that I realized when I was looking at my older drawings were the proportions of the hands, which look really wonky and inconsistent. So therefore most of the time I tried to just hide them, or I just roughly drew them and didn't really pay attention to them. So therefore they ended up looking like this. So the first thing that helped me was actually dividing the hand into 50-50. So you can divide the hand into half and half. So half for the fingers and half for the palm, but it will be from the top view. From bottom view, where we have all these meat, we'll have a little bit larger, longer palm and then a little bit smaller fingers. And it's because from above, because from the side, the hand has a shape like this. Boom. So the bottom from like a straight side view, it would be more like that. This would be the palm. And then here we have the knuckles and fingers going there. So this is the bottom view and this is the top view. Now also when we look at our palm from the bottom view, so let's say bot, okay, then we can divide the fingers into thirds. So here will be one finger segment, then it will be other, and then it will be third. So it will have thirds. From a view from above or like something like this, we can do a one finger be the same as two. Now from different views than the bottom, like for example here, we can just do the first segment the same as the two other ones. So these two will be the same as this one or close. For example here, so here we have two parts. So 1, 2 and 3. And this will be of course the half of this. Now as for the thumb, I actually like to start from around the half of the palm, as you can see here. Of course there will be a little bit skin, so it can be a little bit higher or a little bit lower, but usually I just put this point at around half of the hand. And also with the thumb, I actually like to do one thing where this part here I treat as 1. And then for these two other segments, I treat also as 1. Therefore, we can copy just the length from here into here, and we have half and half. Even here, we have 1, boom, and 2, boom. So 1 half and 1 half. And also, if you want my brushes, they're for free in the description below, and with them you'll get 30 art tips that will help you improve your art in 30 days. Now, next question that I asked myself was, why does the hand look super flat? So I knew that it wasn't only because of the rendering, but because of the shapes underneath. So I needed to fix that. So first was the shape of the palm. And here I just saw a nice shape to start with, something like this. But probably more important is realizing that the palm, the hand here, has depth to it. So it's not really flat as a piece of paper, but it has weight, it has some width. And this actually carries the shape of the hand really well. Now, other thing was that we have these 3 meaty parts on under our hand. So actually sketching this a little bit adds a lot of volume to it. Also in different poses, it will look a little bit different. Will some bend, somewhere overlap, some will get like more. Also in different poses of the hand, these will have different shape. They will act a little bit different. Now, as for the biggest probably thing that helped me improve the hands and make the shape like less flat were the fingers. And here I actually tried to draw them as more boxy shapes, and it worked really well, to the point that I could even draw them from imagination much easier. So for example, here I just divide these segments into more boxy shapes. Boom, boom, something like that. Here even boom, 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 boom. Okay. These really help. Now, another thing that pretty much helped me quite a bit were these knuckles shapes that were kind of like rhombus. Of course, in different views, they would deform, but I really liked using them. Also, because of that, the hand wasn't really that flat as without them, as you can see here. We would have much more details and better shapes. Whereas compared to the other fingers, these were more like sausages. And also other really important thing that I started to love were the ends of the fingers. Instead of making like sausages like these, I like to actually make one side super straight like this, and then other curved and pointy like we can see here. Boom. This is for the last segment of the finger. Boom. But just remember to add some depth to it, like that. Boom. Now here we can learn something in design that helps us create much more appealing shapes. So I'm talking right now 30-70 ratio. And here in these tips of our fingers, we can pretty much do the same. So we can divide the whole shape, for example, here into 30-70 ratio. So probably here we can say that we'll have 30 or 3/7. So here will be 7 and here will be 3. For example, here we can now improve our shape and create some like that. Actually, it would be more like that. So boom. Now let's perhaps take a blue color. Boom. And then we make the curve here. And this creates these shapes that look much more appealing. So here, imagine a banana. Okay, we have this kind of boring shape. Now, if we, instead of putting the apex of this curve at middle, instead we put it at like 30-70 split, boom, this shape now will look much more interesting. And here I like to do the same for the tips of my fingers. So for example, boom, we have boom, boom. So 70, 30 or 7 and 3 ratio. And this we can actually apply to the shape here that we started our palm. So we can do the same where we have this ratio of 3:7. Okay, so here would be probably half. So actually it would be more here. Boom, something like that. And you can apply this for not only hands and palms, but also for example, thighs, where we have a leg here. Boom. And we can put this hip, the widest part of the hip, of course, on the 70-30. Same for the hair. We, instead of drawing bananas, we can draw like better curves. Now, another question that I kept asking myself was why these hands look pretty stiff. And after some figuring out, I realized a couple of key things. So first, when we have like more relaxed poses, for example, if we had, instead of that, we would have a hand something like that, then other like that, boom. Instead of that, I like to push these shapes and make a nice curves with them. For example, this finger, instead of being like more relaxed, we could push here and create this nice fan flow. Of course, these also, instead of dividing them into two, we could also push them into one big curve, which would make them have better flow. For example, even here, this one probably would look much better if we made this like that, and perhaps the other also a little bit more curvy. And actually combining CSI with the fingers is super helpful and creates a really nice flow for them. For example, here we see that we have like a C curve, boom. Of course, this a little bit breaks the flow, but overall we just use either like some S's, boom, like some more C's, perhaps even here like that, some straight lines, boom, and the flow. So it's really useful. Now next, this is kinda what we had here, but instead of drawing every single segment of the finger, like here, here, and here, we can just group them up. So what I mean by that is make the last two segments into one. For example, even if we had something like that, and then a finger here, it would look much better. Also, you can see that a lot in anime art style. So for example, in this hand, we can see that well, where we have one curve for the first segment and then second curve for the last two segments. And they're not broken up into different segments. Boom. So this adds much more gesture to the hands. Of course, in some ways, in some like expressions, gestures, you will still need to break them up into a couple of segments. Boom. But usually if you can break them into just two segments, it will look a lot more appealing, and also it will look much more dynamic. And lastly, when we have a wrist here, it's much better to just draw the wrist more curved, more rotated to the pinky side because of the hole in the bones here, which makes the wrist actually be able to go and feel this therefore we'll have like a more. Therefore we'll be able to push this more instead of here, because there is like no space when it comes to bones, and the wrist can maybe go max thumb like that or a little bit more, but you won't see something like this to the side because the bones here would just can't go that way. So in trying to draw like more dynamic poses, try to just push this to push the wrist here more to the side of the pinky. Now lastly, I learned two things that helped me create much more appealing hands. So first was the combo of merging two fingers, which you can probably see a lot in a lot of artists. So here, for example, we have these two fingers merged, which looks much more appealing. Instead, if we had like one finger here, second finger here, and then of course we would have these two. So we can just connect these two fingers. Maybe we can connect the middle fingers, boom. Or we could just connect these fingers here and these leave separate. For example, even here, we said that this shape is way more appealing. And this actually works well with the small, medium, big. For example, here we have a big, medium, and small fingers. For example, even here, boom, again. So here we have medium, small, and big. So that just adds a lot of appeal. Now, the other thing that makes the fingers a little bit more appealing is something super easy to do, which is just making the fingers a little bit longer. And it works well really for female characters. So for example, in this, we could push the fingers a little bit longer, which would make them a little bit more appealing. For example, here we have this, maybe make a new layer. For example, here we have the length, and here we can see that it's a little bit bigger. Same for here, a little bit more pointy tips. Now also, if you want to learn more, you can check out my Patreon, where I usually do like 2 to 3 monthly tutorials, and this month there will be a hand tutorial video on Patreon. And also some of these hands I drew on stream, so you can check out my Twitch, link description below. So I usually do some studies, work on some illustrations, or try to pull characters in gacha games. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, so bye.